My name is Robert Boles. I have been a guide for the Kansas one-shot turkey hunt since 2017. I was flight paramedic for 30 years and retired. Started working at St. Francis in the heart catheterization lab, and a nurse there had heard about how I like to go hunting, and she goes, "Do you do turkey hunting?" I said, "Yeah, I do turkey hunting." And she said, "Well, we do this thing in the governor's hunt," and I'd never heard of it before. So I signed up, reached out to Becky at that time, and got started at being a guide for the turkey hunt. My knowledge of hunting turkeys has expanded tremendous when you get with the group of people that we have, that both hunters and guides that get to come out. I've also had the privilege, and probably the greatest thing that I like about the governor's hunt is getting the youth to come out, and then the heroes that get to come out. I've got to guide 3 heroes, firemen. There was a pastor, a minister that did hospice care that hunted, and so one year I was able to take him out. The giving back to the community and the people that support our community is what really drives me to continue to be a guide. My earliest memory would be the year that I came out. I had only probably been turkey hunting for about 3 years. At the time, there was a gentleman that lived up by Harrington, Kansas. He had said, "Well, you can come up here and hunt on our property." And I went up there, and there was like turkeys everywhere, and I'd never seen that many turkeys. And he's like, "Well, you can come back and hunt them." I went out and bought a box call and went out and tried it by myself. I saw turkeys. None of them came in. I had a pheasant come in, so that's how poor my turkey calling was, that I called in a pheasant. And I just learned through time to interact with the turkeys and see how they act and their social nature of getting them come in. Because that first year I was just scared because I'd never guided before. Pretty personable person, so meeting people and engaging with people and getting to know them isn't really a challenge for me. It wasn't that, it was this expectation. I'm going to take somebody out turkey hunting that, I'd never done this before. And so a lot of the hunters and every hunter that I've guided have been probably more nervous about going out with me than I was ever about going out with them. But one year I was a physician, and we had gone out and set up in this spot, and he wore glasses, and he was concerned that maybe the reflection off his glasses, they would see the glint and kind of be scared or scare the turkeys off. And I was like, I don't think the hunt's going to take that long. They've been coming in, this is where we see them, this is where they fly down. They're roosted right behind us, maybe 50 yards, a couple cackles off the roost, they flew down, and I think 10 minutes after shooting light, he shot him a nice turkey. And I've been 3rd place twice during my time being the governor. So I've got the 3rd bird, and I think we made 4th that year. But it was probably one of the shortest hunts that I'd ever been on. And I'm like, it's not going to be that long. And he's like, we'll see. One year I had a hero, a soldier that I had taken out, and he had a prosthetic leg that he received, from injuries in battle. And it had rained, and we had about a half-mile walk into where we were going to hunt. And I was seriously thinking for probably the last 100 yards, I was going to have to carry him into our blind because it was so muddy, and he was struggling with it. But he challenged through, and we ended up not getting a bird that morning, but we ended up getting a bird for him the next day. But that opportunity to see these people who come from different backgrounds and who have done the things that they have done for our community and for our country, and give to them. Something I look forward to every year. The year that they had said they were going to stop the governor's hunt, and I was really kind of like, now what do I do? So very glad that they brought it back as the one-shot turkey hunt. I have some great landowners. The landowners that I started with are still the same landowners that I have today. I've seen the number of turkeys on the property through learning with the biologists that come out to the turkey hunt, learning from the biologists things to do and how to manage, timber and brush for them, and working with my landowners to get that. It's not a 3-day hunt for me. It's something that I look at every year. It's not something you do, it's kind of something I am.